They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but for the last 3 years, I've tried to prove that a vision doesn't need a face to be real. 1095 days, and you've never seen my eyes yet. You've seen exactly how I see the world. I started this channel behind a screen, fluid by nothing but an idea and a microphone. There were moments when the silence of the room felt heavy, and the grind felt invisible. But every time I checked YouTube Studio, I realized I wasn't alone. You were here. You didn't subscribe for a person, you subscribed for a perspective. You stayed for the craft, the stories, and the connection we built through these pixels. Thank you for proving that in a world obsessed with selfies, that what truly matters in the soul of the content. My face remains as a mystery, but my gratitude is clear. 3 years down, and there needed to go. Let's keep creating. It's been 3 years since I started this channel. Honestly, it's been a wild ride, but all of the things that have happened. There's one story I've never fully told. It's the story of my war with someone named Spyro. Do you recognize this name? He's the worst furry ever.
Yeah! I'm aimbot. I'm aimbot. You want to hear smashing keyboard?
A war that started with hate and ended in, well, absolutely nothing. It all goes back to December 11, 2025. That was the day Spyro decided he officially hated me. I won't go into every single detail, but the tension was real. It felt like a genuine internet beef was brewing. We were on opposite sides, and for a while, it seemed like there was no turning back. Fast forward exactly 1 month and 1 day. It's January 12th. 2026. I'm live on stream, just doing my thing, when suddenly a familiar name pops up in the chat. It's Spyro. The room went quiet for a second. Everyone was waiting for it to go up, but then he just drops one word. This one you see on the screen. I didn't even know how to react. Was it an insult? A joke? A weird peace offering? In Polish slang, it's a vulgar way to refer to someone, but the way he said it, it just broke the ice in the strangest way possible. After that stream, we were supposed to settle it. The plan was simple. Get on a Discord, voice calm, look, or rather, talk each other in the eye, and finally apologize. We were going to end the drama once and for all. But there's the kicker. We never did. We got on Discord, but the big apology never happened. Spyro just ignored the war. He acted like the past month of hate didn't even exist. No yelling, no I'm sorry, just total silence of the conflict. And honestly, I think that's the most internet ending possible. Sometimes, the biggest dramas don't end with a bang and a hug. They just fade away because of someone decides to ignore them. So here's to 3 years of weird streams, strange words like this one, and that was just stop. Thanks for being part of it, John Spyro. It's been a lifetime spent in the shadows. No face, no ego, just the music. The turning point, I left my group, I chose to walk a path that many didn't understand. But a bond formed during a 2023 vacation gave me the strength to keep the vision alive. One friend, one spark, and then the explosion. I found the Black MIDI community, a world when the complexity is the only language that matters. I didn't need a face to hear it. A world where complexity is the only language that matters. I didn't need a face to be heard. I need a soul. And listened. The most common question I get is, who are you? For 3 years, I've been a ghost in the machine, but every ghost has a story that needs to be told. The mask stays on for now, but at 1K, the screen goes clear. You've heard the music soon, you'll see the person behind it. Spyro is a furry who really dislikes drama to dash. He's been acting pretty strange lately.
Chyba ślepy jesteś. Chyba tam trochę w bani trochę się napierdoliło.
Especially since he's been downloading my streams right after I private them. Even though there's a war going on. He doesn't seem to care at all and mostly stays on his own world. He's also been pushing to find out my personal info, like my full name and where do I live. He thinks he finally figured it out. But he's actually wrong because the information he found out isn't even mine. We need to address the elephant in the room, and that is CAK570. At November 2025, this kid has been obsessed with making a post about me and Bliss, trying his best to make us mad and trigger a reaction. It's been going on behind the scenes and publicly for way too long. This segment is just to let you guys know that we are not playing his games anymore. Me and Bliss are moving past his drama. If you see his post, just ignore them or report them, because we are officially done. Continuing the topic about drama, let's talk about Spyro. This guy literally hosted a live stream recently and spent half of the entire stream talking about me. It's actually crazy. Out of nowhere, he started demanding personal information from me. He was finding my private proofs, like my real name, like my last name, my face, and even my home address. But asking for someone's private data like that on a stream is completely crazy. I'm absolutely not giving my personal information, not to anyone, especially not to him on a public platform like YouTube or maybe Twitch. I wanted to address this here because his behavior went way too far. And let me just say, I found his last name and his secret. First thing, he's a furry. Second, I found his last name that you see on the screen. How they found this? I just actually got on his Roblox account and see his old names that he used. There we go. Continuing this topic, let's move away from the drama and talk about Geometry Dash. Because while all of this was happening, I was actually focusing on getting much better at the game. I made some crazy progress. I managed to beat Blapef in 9 runs, which is huge for me. I also beat the Flawless in 6 runs. On top of that, I did Cataclysm in 5 runs. It honestly feels amazing to see how much better and skilled I've become in this game. 3 years, 1,000 attempts, 1 game. This is my GG journey. It started with the community. Big shout out to Unidas, Alex, and look at the Boss 3.0. Having friends like them makes the hardest grinds actually fun. Remember when I beat the Nightmare 300 times? People call me crazy, but that's where I learned that persistence is everything in this game. That led to my Easy Extreme Demon series. I've been hunting down the most accessible extremes, and I've almost cleared the whole list. We're so close to the finish line. From easy demons to random levels that I need to finish. Thanks for being here for all 3 years. Let's keep pushing. So I was just going to say, I made a special MIDI for you guys, just to see that your guys are the best and like you guys. So here's the MIDI I'm going to play, and that's all from me. I will not talk anymore on this video. So I'm just going to say thank you and goodbye. Let's see next year at 2027. Goodbye.